the lights just come on. Boom. The other lights come on. Boom.
How funny would it have been if my man would have just caught off running right there? Like, oh snap, Michael Myers runs.
To all my Halloween and thriller fans out there, it's your boy OneTimeSkillz. I'm here with Mixed Martial Myers. We are here to explain our thoughts and the theories and the backstory of the movie that just came out, Halloween Kills. So, what's your thoughts about the movie so far, man?
Well, I definitely wanted to get into the ending. I want to get into the kills. I want to get into some of the plot points. But first of all, I want to give you like a quick review of what I thought of the movie. I thought this is by far the best Michael Myers I've ever seen on camera, because not only did he bring another level of visceral kills, he actually brought some of that awkward, weird, voyeur aspects of Michael Myers that I loved. He's a creepy guy. He enjoyed the killing, but he also didn't rush the kills. He wanted to see them slowly die. He even tested a few knives on an old gentleman. Oh man, the way he treated that old lady was straight disrespectful. Let's just talk about that.
Isn't me, or he kind of seemed a little more humanized in this one?
I want you to get into that. What do you mean by humanized?
Weirdo freaks used to pluck the wings off butterflies when he was a kid. Not that I ever saw.
He was just
killed his sister when he was 6 years old.
Yeah. My mom used to make me go over to his house to play. She felt bad. But he would just spend the whole time staring out of his sister's bedroom window. I always remember thinking, the hell was he looking at up there?
So when I seen Michael Myers movies back in the day, I'm looking at him like he's a complete monster, bro. Like a complete animal, even though he is. But in this movie, he gives me a certain type of, like a vibe. Like the way he walks, the way he's killing, like he's really like, he knows what he wants and what he's going to get, bro. And
I think that's a great point.
And nobody's safe. You know how the other movies, the boy survived and all that shit?
Nobody was safe in this one. Facts.
When you watch this movie, no matter if you was a little kid, if you was an old lady that had nothing to do with it, everything in this movie was straight up mayhem. It was like nothing was personal. Nothing was really personal to him towards the end.
Well, actually, that was a huge portion of this timeline against the old timeline when they said that Laurie Strode was his sister. And this version of the story, in this timeline, they're not related, and they made that clear in this movie. And what they didn't make clear, and this is what I really wanted to get to when it comes to the ending, what is his motivation towards Laurie specifically? Why did he choose Laurie that night? And the movie doesn't do a great job of explaining that, but we know Halloween Ends is coming.
Why did he not attempt to go to the hospital like everybody thought he was? So why they got Laurie in the hospital? She doesn't even make contact with this dude, not even once, not even a quick little glance. You know what I mean?
And she also doesn't know he's alive until later in the movie. She doesn't know he's alive.
The sister wasn't trying to tell her what was going on.
Her daughter,
because they already knew that if once you tell her that Michael Myers is alive, she's gonna try to get out that hospital, like obviously she tried to do towards the end when she knew.
I have one problem with that, because in Halloween 2018, and I love what Kills did with that story, it pretty much confirmed that it wasn't Michael Myers' motivation to kill Laurie Strode. It was the doctor's, it was his thirst to study Michael Myers and his evil that led him to get him close to Haddonfield, and then he attacked Laurie in the vicinity of Haddonfield. But he wasn't specifically going after Laurie, it appears. But why did he choose it in 1978? I would love to know that.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Why her out of everybody?
Right, and I think they will explain that, because I saw the director say that Halloween Ends is going to be way less nostalgia and a lot more specificity when it comes to Laurie and Michael Myers.
I feel like they deserve to give us that at least, because you started off Halloween Kills. It was like, this dude was like straight up like out there, like murdering. Like he got nothing to lose, you know, like he don't give a fuck. Where did he just come from out of nowhere? Like you said, out of 40 years. Where did he just come from? Like you trying to tell me he couldn't have come 30 years earlier, 10 years earlier?
I guess making it clear that it was the doctor, because it's implied that the doctor's the one that broke him out of the bus in 2018. Remember the way he got released? That was the doctor who did that.
They never really go into detail.
Nope, they don't. But one thing I was talking to Joey KO about off camera was that when the little kid had the gun and he went inside the bus, when he went in there, the doctor popped up out of nowhere on some creepy shit. That's why he got popped.
To me, the doctor, he got some sympathy for Michael Myers.
And yes, and he went crazy just studying evil.
He got this connection with Michael that nobody got.
I agree with that.
He was with Michael since he was a little boy before all this even got started.
Technically more than Loomis even, because Loomis had passed away. So even more than Loomis.
He probably felt that connection, bro.
Right. So it also seems like in this one, the daughter towards the end sees Michael Myers in Judith Myers' room, the sister of Michael Myers that he murders. So what is the implication of that? What is your interpretation of that? That's what I wanted to ask you, because I have my own interpretation, but I want to hear someone else's thoughts of that.
When she looks on the window and she sees the boy just standing there staring out.
And then she goes to herself to stand in that same spot so she could understand how Michael felt.
But to me, it's like, what made her go to that window and even, you know, and even like knows that that's his window he goes to. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Window. In every movie, that's the window. When he kills somebody, he goes up to that window and he stares outside.
Yeah, that was also where the old man who was right next to Laurie, when he was younger, his partner acknowledged that as well. He was standing in the same spot. And they were saying something about seeing his own reflection. What is that, and what is the implications of seeing your own reflection? Because you see Karen, that's the daughter's name, the older daughter, not the young daughter. Karen, earlier in the movie in the hospital, she was looking into the mirror and she saw her reflection. So what is that saying? Is she starting to receive some of that negative energy? I was confused about that.
Well, to me, I felt like when she went and she looked out the window, I felt like she wanted to feel how he would have felt in that moment, because she just finished stabbing him.
Right. Are you thinking, since she went through the dark side and she ultimately stabbed him a few times, pretty much attempted to kill somebody, you believe that it made her like kind of understand him on a deeper level?
I think it did. I think it put her in his shoes and really got to feel him on that type of level. That's why I said he felt a little more humanized in this one.
It's almost as if Michael Myers' evil can transfer from person to person. If you're obsessing over Michael Myers and you allow it to succumb or overcome your entire life, you too can become evil. You saw that. It seemed like the daughter.
So passionate and you're so motivated about this, you become what you're so passionate about.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what gives me the shit about the doctor. He's been dealing with Michael Myers since he was young. So he's been feeling that, going through what Michael Myers is going through, seeing what Michael Myers has been seeing, feeling how Michael Myers is feeling. He was basically this nigga psychiatrist.
Right. And what do you feel about, do you feel like Michael Myers ultimately was close to death in this movie? Because that is one gripe I do have. I don't believe anyone attempt at killing him other than maybe the burning of the house, and we ultimately didn't see how he got away from that. I didn't really see anything that was straight up confirm kill him. I'm talking about like overkill him. They didn't blow him up. They didn't chop his head off. They didn't shoot him in the head. They didn't stab him in the head. They didn't do like so maybe that's what the director's alluding to.
Bro, the best scene in the whole movie is when he picked up his mask, when he was gonna pick up his mask from the floor, and he's just standing there, no mask on, quiet as shit. The lights just come on, boom. The other lights come on, boom.
How funny would it have been if my man would have just caught off running right there? Like, oh snap, Michael Myers runs.
That would have been. Why did he need to put on his mask to kill? That got to do with the reflection, huh?
Ooh.
So I'm trying to put two and two together. I'm like, why did she take his mask knowing that she could bait him with that mask?
Yeah, how did she know that? Right.
Exactly. How did she know that was going to work so perfectly? Like, all right, I'm going to take this dude's mask off, which I don't even know how she got to take his mask off because they didn't really show that part.
That makes sense though. I like what you're thinking. I know the mask, maybe the mask has a lot more to do with it. And I don't know if you've ever seen Halloween 3,
But
but
why, like,
hold
why?
up. In Halloween 3, it was about these magical masks. I'm talking about the one without Michael Myers, the only one without
Yep.
Michael Myers. This movie explicitly alludes to that movie. It doesn't do it in a story way, but it does it in one of the kills. That's
Yeah,
about magical mask. You just mentioned the fact that he feels connection to his mask, and when he has that
yeah.
mask on, all hell breaks loose. That mask is cursed, or the house is cursed. He's
What if that's
cursing that house.
what if that's like his what you say, like, you know how people got personas, different like alter egos, different size and shit. What if when he puts on that mask, that's when he really becomes Michael Myers? Because why would she need the mask to bait him? Isn't she enough? Wouldn't she be enough to bait Michael Myers into that spot in the middle of the street right there? And why does she need the mask to bait Michael Myers? She's a big piece of the story. Why isn't being the daughter enough? Why does she need the mask to bait him?
Well,
He,
Dr. Loomis, Dr. Loomis, the guy who made an appearance in the flashback towards the end, the Michael Kill, the Michael Kill in 1978, in most of the movies, the way he used to talk about Michael Myers, and he's talking about a child, mind you, he's talking about that he sees the darkest of eyes. He sees nothing but darkness in his eyes. So now that we're talking about Michael seeing his own reflection, maybe seeing his own reflection, he was able to see into that darkness because he saw the darkness in his eyes,
like
the
you said,
darkness in his own eyes.
seeing his reflection and seeing his face probably reminds him of his childhood. You know what I mean? But what I was gonna say, and this, I feel like when he was killing people in this movie, he was placing their bodies in different type of situations in different ways. Like when he put the two masks on the nurse and the doctor's thing when they were in the carousel, why did he place them there when he didn't kill them there? He killed them in the whip.
What about the gay couple towards the
Why
end?
did
He placed
together?
them on top of each other like they were cuddling.
And he killed them separately. He killed one upstairs and one downstairs somewhere else.
No, but
So
he's
it was
done that.
huh?
He's always done that. In the 1978 one, the first
Yeah.
guy he kills, he picks him up with one arm and he stabs him and leaves him there as a prop. He also, when he kills the girl, when he puts the ghost, when he puts the sheets over his head,
Yep.
he put his sister's gravestone on the bed with her
Yeah.
dead body. So he uses this dead bodies like pieces of art. And he's always
Yeah.
done that. They brought that back in this one. Lovely.
But it got to be more like psyche to that. It's like probably some more meaning to that, you know?
Now that Lori understands that she's not his main motivation, she can kind of move on a little bit, have a better a better lifestyle, meaning she's gonna be better prepared
But
to
Michael,
attack Michael.
who you think is his motivation? Because he didn't go seeking for her not once.
Nope.
He already killed the daughter. He killed the little boy. You saw how he looked into his eyes, like he was like, "I finally got you." That was a crazy scene.
Yep. And what
What was
about the
his name?
fact that the director said this
What was
next
his
one?
name? What was his name? The little boy that he ended up killing as a grown dude with the bat.
Dennis. Oh, that's Tommy Doyle.
Okay, but you saw how he looked at him in his eyes. Like he didn't do that with everybody he killed. Like he looked at him in his soul.
He took his time.
Like he's like, "Oh, I finally got you. You the little boy that lived." So he probably recognized him at that point. He probably didn't know who the fuck that was until he probably looked at him in his eyes, was like, "Oh shit, it's you, the little boy."
What is Michael Myers' ultimate motivation? And what they said, just to add to what you were saying, the director said that Halloween Ends is going to jump 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
So what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean that they caught Michael Myers after he killed Karen and he's locked up again?
Because he was there. He was still there staring out the window.
And she was screaming.
Yeah.
So obviously they heard her.
So you trying to tell me? And there was mad cops and shit outside still. Everybody was still there.
He was captured for 40 years. But which now makes sense when you consider the fact that they said it was the doctor who set this all in motion. Now it makes sense. But Now that he is free, we know what his focus is on. He went back home. Now we got to find out what's the true motivation for Laurie Strode. Why did he attack Laurie Strode?
Exactly.
This movie confirms that that's not why he's back. But now the
Nope.
movie got to confirm why was she the person he attacked when he was free?
Maybe it's just not about her anymore. Maybe he got to a point where it's bigger than her.
Right.
Maybe he against that whole town. You know what I mean?
Well, that was the good thing about this movie. They made it way clearer that it's not just her that he's after. He's after everybody in that town. Right.
Remember the cop that could have ended it all, the rookie cop, where they showed that he could have shot him and that's how he got caught and all that stuff.
Right.
So to me, there's nobody really from the original movies besides Laurie who's still there, who still should be the motivation of, you know what I mean? So it's like
Laurie is the only one. Absolutely right.
Like he can't completely just forget about her. They've been trying to kill each other for years, bro. But she did say something towards the end that I gotta hear again.
I always thought Michael Myers was flesh and blood, just like you and me. But a mortal man could not have survived what he's lived through. The more he kills, the more he transcends into something else impossible to defeat.
Because as he's on the floor laying down, she's saying how he's superhuman and all this shit, how she tried many times to kill him and he don't die.
Yeah, the more he kills, the more he transcends, she said.
Yeah, like she was saying, like the more, like you said, the more he kills, probably the more superhuman he becomes, or some shit like that.
Right. This is the good thing about this ending. Some people don't like an ending like this, but I love the ending because it just makes you wonder and think and you know, deliberate and see what the hell is gonna happen next. Because
and like this remind you, that's why you gotta love Michael Myers, because they'll have you guessing like a Saw type of shit. Like, damn, not every thriller movie could do that shit to you and carry a story for this long, accurate, and so to the point where it really has people breaking shit down from movie to movie. Like, damn, I still can't figure this shit out. What the fuck is his motivation?
Right.
What made him go after the daughter?
Right.
Why not target the mom? I'm pretty sure he knew where she was at.
Right. Or could have figured it out if he wanted to.
And the other dude that they come on, bro, Michael, they knew that's not the dude that was in the hospital.
That was a problem. I saw somebody talk about that. My man Cody Leach. Shout out to Cody Leach, one of my favorite YouTubers, and he said some real shit. He said that he would have had zero problem with that if the dude actually looked like Michael Myers, but since he looked like Danny DeVito.
You hit my point exactly. First of all, he looked like the fucking Penguin in Batman. One. Michael, you know Michael Myers' stature, and he's bigger than that. Two.
Yo, that's funny as shit.
A guy this size is not going to be able to do what Michael Myers has been capable to do all these years. How could you possibly think this is Michael Myers and the cop from part one was there? You've seen Michael Myers. You know that's not him.
I'm pretty sure they had him on the news when he attacked Laurie in 1978 and all that.
If he got caught.
Yo, this man didn't look nothing like him.
Bro, he got caught. Like you said, he been caught for 40 years.
Yo, he looked like John Leguizamo from Spawn, bro.
That part that pissed me off a little bit. Now, if they would have had another dude there, and he was built like Michael Myers.
6 feet tall, skinny.
6 feet tall, and he had another type of mask, probably a mask that Michael Myers used back in the day.
Nah, not even a mask. Maybe just make him bald. Feel me?
Or just have a white sheet over that nigga's head or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have the cop from part one be like, oh shit, I recognize that white sheet.
Nah, they shouldn't even showed him his face. They should have treated him like they treated Michael Myers. Facts.
Yeah.
Great.
Or like they treated Jason in part one.
No, they could have blurred his face. They should have blurred his face. That we didn't even see him. But clearly, the fact that he looked like Danny DeVito with long hair, we would have noticed regardless if they would have blurred it or not.
There was a lot of, I gotta look at it again because there was a lot of real story to it, like how they mistaken his identity and made the dudes commit.
No, actually, this is gonna sound ridiculous, bro, but I semi-teared in that scene because when he committed suicide, because I felt mad bad, Cause I'm like, yo, that's not Michael, son. What's wrong
And
with y'all?
But what if he was misunderstood how Michael was when he first started in the beginning?
No, I'm pretty sure he was this dude didn't look like a criminal. He was just
Come on,
crazy.
bro. This dude took the car. And to me, if you've seen Michael Myers, if you've seen this dude in the front seat of the car with no mask on, and you trying to tell me, oh, I see Michael Myers is in my car. And and Michael Myers was in your car in the back seat when you was in there, you will not be able to run out.
Well, that's the only thing that makes sense was her. She's young. She wasn't there in 1978. So
And
she don't know. She may not know what Michael Myers looked like. That makes sense.
And she's hearing about him being free and him being out. But have you ever known Michael Myers to just sneak into somebody's car and just sit there in the back seat
Yeah.
and just
He's
chill?
dead ass done that. He's dead ass done that in 1978 one too.
Or wasn't he brought into those situations where they thought they killed him and had him in the car already?
When Dr. Loomis saw him and spoke to the lead head doctor there at the facility, he told him, how the hell did Michael drive away? He was like, he must have drove. He must have learned. Somebody must have taught him. They were both baffled, like how the hell he could drive. You feel me? Like so Michael is a weirdo. Yeah.
Life. Never had the chance to learn how to drive.
Well, Michael Myers stinks. He's not like Jason that's a straight up zombie.
No,
but yeah,
Michael, you could call Michael Myers. What Michael Myers is what you call that shit. He's a premeditated murderer, bro.
Yeah.
He thinks before he does his shit. He knows who he's gonna kill before he does it, bro. He don't go into anybody's house just to do it.
He's also a post-mediated killer too. After you dead, he's gonna fucking design you and put you up as a prop.
Like the art, yep.
There's so many ways we could continue this. If you guys want to see more of this, like, comment, and subscribe. This was so fun. I want to keep on talking about this. And if there's any other horror series and franchises you want us to tackle, let us know. The Chucky series is awesome. I think we should do the Chucky series.
I have yet to see it, but I'll watch it. I'll give it, like, go through, take some notes.
Highly recommend.
You want to do a video about it? We could do that.
It's free on YouTube and it's through USA Network, so it's legit free. So
I watch. I can watch whatever.
Yeah, you're a magician. All right, guys. So like, comment, and subscribe.